All right, we are virtually post-game interviewing our guest, Coach Kenneth Harris of the Green Run Stallions, reigning Class 5 state champs. They're the first Beach District basketball team to play, along with a few others that played on Tuesday night, January the 19th. Last time anybody from the Beach or Tidewater, Hampton Roads, at least on the south side for that matter, played was back in March at Norfolk State University's Eccles Hall when they beat Potomac Falls to win a share of the Class 5 crown there. At NSU. It's been a wild 10 months. And in fact, Coach, you go back here, it's first game in, I'm going to say 315 days, 7,560 hours, 45 weeks, and you get it in play here. Wild and wacky year. Did it feel like, I know you won the game over Tallwood 79-35, rather convincingly running clock, but was just getting on the court, the first ball being inbounded from the side, no center court tip-off, by the way, was that the victory in itself?
Just for real, a good moment to see the fact that we were able to start a game, regardless of it being a jump ball or taking in the ball out on the side. It was just great to see kids competing. Um, it's been great, really practicing, being around the guys, really understanding that, we in something that whether we know if it's right or wrong, at the end of the day, we're doing our best to stay safe, but keeping the morale together for kids, and not only kids, but the adults as well. So, it was just to me, it was an exciting moment, for, it was able to be Tallwood, and it was just an exciting moment to open up and just play and finally being in a high school gym.
And we know COVID is nothing to make light of. There's been hundreds and thousands of deaths all across our country, and some that have been close to you, some that have been close to me here. But the thing that sticks out is just the mental health piece. You sort of hinted on it a little bit there, and just the sanity of kids here to be able to do this and get a chance to express themselves in something that they like doing, and many of them do well. I got to give props to your administration. I've watched numerous games, as you well know, online, the NFHS network, through Huddle, Facebook Live, YouTube, you name it. And I'm not going to call out names of those that haven't done it safe and socially distant, but I think the workers there at your school, your administration, they did it the right way and kept everyone safe and gave you the chance to do this without any, hopefully, hiccups.
Yeah, hats off to Green Run administration, and I'm a student activity coordinator, and Miss Shani Twyman and Mr. Talkin and his staff. Just putting together a very safe environment. And it took weeks to figure out how things were going to get set up. Looking, taking some things from Northern Virginia and how they're doing things, and seeing other teams playing around the state. Um, just but we got a tremendous staff at Green Run where they care about doing the right thing, and they definitely did. Making sure mask on and socially distance. At the table you got Coach Williams, where everybody's supporting, where he's socially distanced from their scorekeepers, and our custodial staff, Ronnie Furby and um, Rodney Drummond and his staff, to where they're keeping it clean. I think they call me 3 times before the game, letting me know what's going on, and how after the game that they're gonna spray down and wipe down, and then in the balls with the referees. They're making sure the balls we use multiple balls, and it was just a safe environment, and even to allow media to come in and they're socially distanced. That was good to see. And you know the cheerleaders, I, they did a great job social distance. My daughter's on the cheerleading team, was glad she found out she was co-captain today, so just to see her smile and keep her mask, and everybody keeping their mask on, it was to me, it's a safe environment.
For sure. And, a lot of people in the coaching profession speak about the togetherness, the brotherhood, the family atmosphere. But I really think you guys have it at Green Run. Certainly, you mentioned Coach Williams, your head football coach, and they hope to play football safely, get that 6-game season in beginning next month.
Yeah.
And whether it's gymnastics or swimming or track or wrestling or basketball, baseball, football, we know the spring athletes didn't get a season last year. No football and fall sports this past fall. Winter, I mean, let's be honest here. I think we spoke briefly when the VHSL implemented its plan and they began the season officially on December 21st. I was watching a game with Goochland Fluvanna, and I know we spoke briefly that day, early that morning, and you were not too confident that we would get to this point for the Beach District. And I mean, did you think that this point would ever happen? And when did it kind of realize it was not until that first ball, was thrown in that you said, all right, we're actually underway. I can take a breath?
I mean, I honestly didn't think it would happen, but I was just thankful. We tell the kids, be thankful, for this opportunity because it could be taken away. And going into where the numbers are still ridiculous, and we don't know what to do. We don't know what's right. We don't know what's wrong. Um, I'll be honest, I feel safer playing a basketball game, at Green Run. I mean, because of the criteria. So, it's just a good sight to see what's going on with that.
Well, and not to blame others, but there are kids and parents are going to find a way to do things. So if you
All
don't
that,
do
no
it
doubt.
within a school structure and they do it in outside places, and again, not pointing fingers or calling the blame game on those, it might not be in the safest, best interest of their loved ones and those that are elderly
Yeah.
that could be more at risk.
And it definitely not. That's another reason. I mean, it's with no fans, and it was definitely different. Honestly,
Mhm.
one of the preparations, for us is we had to create our own energy and make it feel like we were at home. But at the same time, like I told them, hundreds, whatever, thousands, 500 people, they're watching. So they're here, and they feel they want to see basketball. So we were able to have it stream. We're getting our NFHS going hopefully next game, but we had put it on YouTube and Facebook Live, just to the attempt of trying something for parents and for fans. So just we made it feel as normal to me as possible, to where it's exciting, and at the same time, parents were able to see these young men and fans were able to see these young men compete.
And as we tackle the game a little bit here, talking with the head coach of the reigning Class 5 state champion Green Run Stallions, Kenneth Harris, following his team's triumphant performance 79-35 over Tallwood on Tuesday, January the 19th. Got out to a 9-0 start, three-pointer from Eli Kennedy, bang, and then Elijah Kennedy completes an alley-oop off the feed from the other all-state performer, the player of the year, Jacob Cooper. So those that tuned in online, Coach, saw some highlight reel dunks, threes, some dazzling play, and those two guys in the backcourt, the alley-oop was reminiscent as we spoke virtually with two of your standouts of the old Deshaun Wade, Amani Wood connection, if you will. But and they gave you
That's funny.
37 points. They both had 4 steals apiece. They both shot over 58% from the floor. I mean, it's crazy to me they're not getting more attention, whether it's Division 1, 2, you name the level. I know they're getting some prep post-grad opportunities potentially coming their way as well if they don't settle on the right Division 1, Division 2 scholarship for them. But it is perplexing to me, and I know the pandemic has forced a lot of colleges to focus on the grad transfer route and JUCOs, and they might be keeping players. But I mean, to you, it's got to be frustrating as much as it's to the kids that these are two of the best you've ever had, and they passed every check mark in the eye test from
Mhm.
academics to athletics, and more people aren't beating down the door to get them.
Yes, I mean, and that, I say, well, you know what, y'all gonna go somewhere where they want you, and you're gonna be deserved, and you're gonna have a great career because they're gonna work hard. They both have room to grow, and that's the scary part about that. Because I mean, knowing them since they were little kids, you said it yourself. They were talking about former players, so they know what Green Run is all about, no doubt, and they know, what we expect, and whatever they do, they're going to take that to the next level for that program as well. Um, both are great kids. Jacob Cooper, coached a kid like him. I mean, his dad is my, he coaches right beside me, and it's amazing to see how much he taught him the game and how he learned it. And especially with no fans being there, you can hear him talking to the players, telling them where to go during the game. Uh, while he's trying to play offense and playing defense, I mean, he's doing it all. And his sidekick Elijah, his guy. I mean, that guy just grew from. I mean, he's always been good, but at the same time, I mean, he has so much room to grow, and he's only going to get better. And the good thing about it, I mean, he's a 3.7 student that just he stays in the gym. They get shots up after practice, come in before practice. They just want to get better, and they humble kids. And that's one of the important things that we teach to them. And they always had to earn whatever they get, so they don't want anything given at the same time, and they're not crying about it. They're not begging. They just want to keep showing it that they can compete at any level.
Yeah, two guys that you probably wish, like the colleges, they get that extra year of eligibility. You don't have to say goodbye to them after this year. But yeah,
Ah,
look, listen, people can nitpick. I don't see a lot of holes in their games. They might say, well, he's not big enough, but he outperforms guards that are bigger, and he's efficient. He's getting the assists. He's making his teammates better. He's a winner, like you said. And the same with Kennedy. I mean, they might say, well, he had that injury, but he's been better off the injury and elevated his game, and his jumpers improved. And I think the thing that sticks out is just the winning mentality and how the guys around them kind of, I think that was the thing that was noticeable about the game this evening for you, Coach, was that, in addition to George Wilson, your Florida State football signing, the role players around them are starting to get better because they've had to battle with these kids. And then also Lakeem Rudolph, who's at Virginia Tech now for football, Carice Smith, who was the Beach District Defensive Player of the Year, who's at Shenandoah playing college hoops for a couple of years now, and their games have grown from that.
yeah. I mean, I can remember when Jacob was a freshman, and his first varsity game we were at Tallwood, and he we was in a dogfight over there.
Double OT, right?
I don't. I can't remember if he went double OT.
Um,
He put it. Either he put us in overtime, or he hit a big shot,
yeah.
big three as a freshman to a big shot. I can't remember the end of the game, fourth quarter, but it was big,
Mm-hmm.
And to see him now and see the growth, it's ridiculous. And Eli, I can't believe people just say about the injury. I mean, the injury made him better. Made him be able to work on his shot. He's always been a slasher. He's always been a mid range. His mid range is tough. He's blocking shots. You know, um, it's crazy. And God rest his soul, rest in peace to AJ. But sometimes I look at it and I say, man, look like AJ done jumped in him and he dunking and blocking shots and everything like that. So it's awesome to just see, and that was a good thing about today was not only, and we made mistakes. We third quarter, we didn't score, we didn't play well, but just the excitement that this team brings with the energy of George. He's battling had a rough week, with his father passing and how he's handling it. And grabbing these young men and the guys that's under him, under them seniors, to where you got the Jaden and you got the Adrix, where they're seniors and they're showing these younger kids, which I felt like was real important for us to have a season for those younger kids because of seniors. I mean, and for the younger guys, because it's teaching them family and teaching them how we work and how things happen and getting used to me and how they handle me on and off the court. Sometimes they'll see me fussing with Jake or Eli, any of the seniors, and then they see me off the court, and it's like, man, it act like nothing never happened. But that's just the type of relationships we have with our kids.
Well, yeah, you saw all your upperclassmen perform well. You mentioned also Adric Gill and Jaden McIntosh, who had 11 points and three threes. But the life and death, you touched on George's dad passing here recently, and you spoke of AJ, the late great Ashley James, who it's coming up on a year of his
Yeah.
passing. And I think your program's got that culture, that identity that's been established through the last couple of memorable playoff runs. And you're seeing, at some point, this run is going to end with this group of the seniors. But the top level programs, they don't rebuild, they reload. And you've got some pieces
Yeah.
beyond this 2021 class. I mean, Aiden Darrell showed some flashes, as well as Isaiah Chisholm. I didn't know much about him before. He went out and got 8 points, couple rebounds, and assist, a block. I think he would have sold popcorn if there was fans in that third quarter. He was really impressive. And then other players that are in that freshman sophomore class for you too that are stepping up. So you've got to be excited about the future, and not knowing how this thing's going to play out with how many games you get in, what kind of playoff situation. I mean, what are you wanting to accomplish this year? Everybody says they want to, win another championship, and you just won one, but at some point, there's probably more than just the championship part, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this senior class is a special group to me. I told them at the beginning of the game, man, we're gonna treat every game like it's senior night, and talking to them and letting them know how, like I told them, I'll take my only shirt off for any of them. I'll do anything for them kids, and the senior class really showed, just they stuck with me. I've never started 5 seniors, and I
Really?
was never started 5 seniors, and to be able to do that today, because those 5, I mean, when they were freshmen, we were considered probably one of the best classes I ever had at Green Run, with guys that didn't stay or transferred at that time, and those 5 guys stuck it out, through adversity, through bad times, through good times, and um, to see these young guys really cherish them, and the likes of Aiden and Derek Till. I mean, one guy that didn't play today, Xavier DeLoach, and shout out to the trainers, Thomas and Lauren. Man, they do a great job with our program. They're a big part of us winning too. Um, and we got a younger guy in Jalen Rodney, who's just coming along and seeing the. He has to when Jalen Rodney now with that young kid, he has to guard Jake every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not an easy guard, tough guard. That's not an easy check in practice to
Got 3
be
steals though.
willing to do it.
Yeah.
And got 3 steals a day. So it was just exciting to see these kids, man, just compete, man, and really see the energy.
Well, thank you so much. We're going to wish you not only the best in terms of your games coming up, but safe travels and health to you, your family, your basketball team, and savor these moments. I know they're going to be special for you. And that's Coach Kenneth Harris, Green Run Stallions winner, 79-35 in the opener, one that they won't forget anytime soon, sandwiched in between MLK Day and Inauguration Day. Coach, thank you so much, and we'll keep in touch.
All right, thank you, man. Y'all be safe too.